President believes it's important for us to consult with Congress. We've done that in a robust way.
I don't know what they're going to say tonight. It is not in a secure forum. I refuse to accept a check the box kind of an attitude. Oh, well, we talked to a few members on the telephone, wherever they might be, and that should suffice. That's not going to suffice.
In case you joined us late, you may not know what we're talking about when we keep talking about the British Parliament and David Cameron. The Prime Minister, Cameron, brought a resolution, a measure before the British Parliament today that would have authorized the use of force. It was supposed to go to another vote on Tuesday, but the British Parliament voted it down today, and Britain has announced, the British government, they will not be part of any military action against Syria. Charles.
This is a complete humiliation for the Obama administration. Forget about the merits of what Obama wants to do, which I think it's a bad idea, but let's assume it's a good idea. This involves the elementary conduct of international diplomacy, trying to get some allies aboard so you don't act unilaterally. So who's the main ally in the world who's been with us in every trench for the last 100 years? The British. And now the British have voted against us. The other supposed ally was the French, President Hollande, and now he's saying, well, we got to wait for the report from the UN inspectors, which will be early next week. So here is Obama and the Democrats who railed against the Bush administration for its supposedly unilateral invasion of Iraq, where we had 48 allies for a mission that involved boots on the ground, a real invasion, a real war. And here's Obama trying to gather an ally or two for a pinprick, and he gets nothing. This is just on the basis of thinking ahead, let's say a week ahead. When they leaked all this information about exactly what we're going to hit, where we're going to hit it, what the reasons are and the objectives are we going to have a coalition of the willing? Did nobody actually think to check on the allies? I mean, these are guys who couldn't organize a 3-car funeral.
Intelligence is our first line of defense, and it's very important that we protect sensitive information, including intelligence sources and methods. This is not helpful to our national security by any stretch of the imagination. It's going to undermine cooperation with friends and partners.
Charles, what do you make of the disclosure? What did you learn about the intelligence community?
It's criminal and it's traitorous. You could argue on the NSA stuff, well, the guy was trying to protect individual rights. He thought there was a violation of the Fourth Amendment, so he blew a whistle on this. There is nothing in here that is a way of protecting American rights. This is nothing but a disclosure of what we know, what we don't know, which is enormously helpful to America's enemies. Steve is right. If all of this had been published, if the Post had put it all out, it would have been the worst leak in American history. And we can be sure there is zero chance that the Chinese intelligence agencies and the Russians don't have every iota of this. So all of this is known.
Much more than we are reading in the Washington Post.
Exactly. Yeah. In the Post, it's a redacted version. But even that is telling us a lot. This is a deeply harmful way to hurt the United States.
What did you learn?
And I don't see a redeeming feature in it.
I understand that point. What did you learn from the information?
That list, you start with the list of deficiencies, and there are other lists, endless lists of other areas, also areas where we are strong, we'd be penetrated, and we have assets on the ground, which the Chinese and the Russians now know. They also know where our emphasis is. Obviously, the CIA doubled in its size. It's now the major agency. It's essentially a paramilitary organization running the drone war and the other stuff. But there is a detail in here which we can't even imagine, which is now in the hands of our adversaries and therefore in the hand of any allies of theirs.
This has been a Sunfish production.